Hey yo, what's good, people? It's your boy reporting straight from the 90s. And back in the 90s, the candy aisle wasn't just a place to grab a snack, it was a battlefield. Every brand was out here trying to melt your tongue, crack your teeth, or straight up bribe you with the toy attachment. This wasn't about subtle chocolate bars or your grandma's hard candy. Nah, this was about impact. If your candy didn't make kids on the playground stop what they were doing and look your way, it wasn't making it out the store. So today, we're diving into the wildest, most unforgettable candy drops of the 90s, the ones that had us trading, flexing, and daring each other to survive the sourness. For real. So let's get to it, yo. If you grew up in the 90s, Warheads were more than candy. They were a straight-up rite of passage. One kid would show up with a pack and suddenly the whole playground turned into a Fear Factor audition. You'd pop one in, and for those first 5 seconds, instant face collapse. Your lips puckered, eyes watered, and everybody around you started clowning, waiting to see if you'd spit it out or tough it out. That's what made Warheads legendary. They weren't just about flavor, they were about proving something. Surviving a Warhead meant you had bragging rights, and when the sour finally faded into the sweet core, it felt like victory. While Warheads were about pain and pride, Airheads were more about fun. They hit the scene like slabs of straight-up edible neon, bright colors, stretchy texture, and flavors that didn't even exist in nature. Blue raspberry, especially. That was like the Jordan 11 of candy. Every kid had their favorite flavor, but let's be honest, if you pulled out the blue raspberry, you definitely was the plug. Airheads had this playful energy that just screamed 90s. They were flat, chewy, and somehow sticky without actually sticking to anything. Perfect for the lunchroom hustle, too. You could trade one bar of Airheads for almost anything. It wasn't just candy, it was currency. And don't forget the mystery white flavor. That was pure playground conspiracy. Kids swore it was pineapple, coconut, or even toothpaste. The truth didn't even matter. It kept you buying more just to crack the code.
Introducing new Fruitomic Punch Gushers with a taste that's gonna drive you fruity.
Now, if Airheads were all about stretchy fun, then Gushers took it to another level. These weren't just fruit snacks. They were basically a science experiment in a foil pouch. You'd bite into one, and boom, juice explosion. That sweet, sticky burst was like a reward for making it through math class.
Here come Gushers, the one-of-a-kind fruit snack with a burst. Oh, fruity.
The commercials made them legendary. Remembering those wild 90s ads where kids' heads would literally morph into giant fruits after eating Gushers? That was pure nightmare fuel and genius marketing rolled into one. It made you believe these snacks were almost magical. On the playground, a pack of Gushers was top-tier lunchbox currency. If you had them, everybody wanted to trade. Cookies, chips, even part of a sandwich. Kids would throw down just to get their hands on a pouch. That's for real.
You can wear a ring around your finger. Ring pop, it's a juicy jewel flavor. Ooh, ring.
Ring Pops weren't just candy. They were a status symbol. You slid one of those giant gem-shaped lollipops on your finger and instantly felt like royalty on the playground. It didn't matter if it was cherry, watermelon, or blue raspberry. You weren't just eating candy, you were rocking it.
Pop without a stick, a ring of flavor you can't lick.
In wacky and sour flavors too.
Ooh, ring pop.
The genius was in the design. You didn't have to hold it, so your hands kinda stayed clean, and you could flash it around like it was a championship ring. Kids would be licking their ring pop in class and raising their hand like, yeah, I got candy and style.
It's the long-lasting ring pop. The flavor's always on hand.
Excuse me, pardon me.
And let's be real, if you gave somebody a ring pop, that was basically a proposal in 4th grade. It wasn't just a snack, it was a gesture. Couples on the playground were getting engaged left and right thanks to ring pops.
They look like babies.
Hey, it's baby bottle pop.
It's a baby bottle pop.
Just lick the pop, dip it and shake it, and lick it again.
Now this is straight chaos in a bottle. Baby bottle pops was candy disguised as a toy, and that's what made it so dangerous. It came with a lollipop shaped like a baby bottle nipple, and you dip it in the flavored sugar powder like it was the most natural thing in the world. Lick it, dip it, and shake it up. And suddenly, you're bouncing off the walls with a mouthful of neon sugar. The commercials stamped it in history. The jingle, baby bottle pop, is probably still stuck in your head to this day. The marketing was genius because these weren't just candy, they were an experience. It wasn't about subtle flavor, it was about sugar overload and the fun of dipping and shaking. Baby bottle pops were proof that in the 90s, candy wasn't just something you ate, it was an interactive experience.
You gotta be hip to the pop. Push pop. Push it up, push it down, keep it hanging round. You gotta be hip to the pop. Push pop. Taste of grape and cherry, watermelon, raspberry. You gotta be hip to the pop.
Speaking of, hell man, push pops were like a smooth operator of 90s candy. A lollipop tucked inside of a little plastic tube, ready to pop up whenever you needed a little sugar fix. You didn't just eat a push pop, you managed it. Take a few licks, push it back down, cap it off, and boom, you've got candy on demand for the rest of the day. The real flex was that you carry it around without sticky fingers. Kids would be walking through the halls casually popping their push pop like it was a cigar. It had that I'm important energy. And if you had more than one, you weren't just a kid, man. You were basically running the candy game.
Anytime you pop the top, the push pop, what's your flavor you can't stop? Push pop, on the go, on the run, top the pop when you're done.
The flavors hit too. Strawberry, watermelon, blue raspberry, simple but effective, and the commercials leaned hard into the cool kid vibe. Push pops weren't about dares or gimmicks, they were about having candy control and still being able to flex.
Pop Rocks Action Candy, a flavor explosion of orange, grape, and strawberry that pops in your mouth. Pop Rocks, available for a limited time only.
Now, Pop Rocks were pure 90s mythology. They weren't new. I mean, they first dropped in the 70s, but in the 90s, they made a comeback like a rapper dropping a surprise feature on a hot track. Every kid had heard the urban legend. If you ate Pop Rocks and drank soda, your stomach would explode. Did that stop us? Not a chance. It made them even more legendary. The magic was in the experience. You'd pour little crystals into your mouth. Suddenly, your tongue turned into a fireworks show. Snap, crackle, and fizz. It felt like your mouth was alive. Other candies gave you flavor, but Pop Rocks gave you sound effects. You could literally hear your candy working overtime. On the playground, they were instant entertainment. Half the fun was opening your mouth mid-pop just so your friends could hear it. And for the daring kids, mixing Pop Rocks with Coke was like playing with fire. Everybody had to try it at least once, even though deep down, we knew it was all hype. And yo, what do you know? We all out of candy, y'all. Looking back, the 90s candy hour was wild. It wasn't just about grabbing something sweet, it was about making a statement. From the sour torture of Warheads to the flashy flex of Ring Pops to the chaos of Baby Bottle Pops, every candy came with its own personality. These weren't just snacks, they were social currency. They gave us memories, playground legends, and a sugar rush that still lives rent-free in our heads today, and probably our bodies. If you rocked with this trip down memory lane, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more 90s nostalgia, and drop a comment telling me your favorite 90s candy. Did I nail your go-to, or did I miss one that deserves the crown? Let's talk about it below. Holla at me, yo.